So in my last video, one of the things that I said is that when a criminal meets another criminal, they tend to get along because they understand each other. And Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu are no different. And so we got a nice little clip to show you guys here today. Nice. I don't even know if nice is the word, but it's a good clip for you guys to see of Benjamin Netanyahu actually awarding Trump the Israel Prize, which, if you don't know, is essentially like the equivalent to the Medal of Freedom in the United States. Now, I get it. Nancy Pelosi won the same medal, and we all know, she's an absolute scumbag. And so probably the biggest insider trader maybe ever. I don't know, maybe ever. And that's I don't think that's a radical statement, but until Trump came along in the second term, I should say. But this is crazy stuff here. So Trump gets awarded this Israel Prize, and we can see Netanyahu in this little clip. I'll play it for you guys. Actually awarding it to him here, but you just feel it, man. Like this is so quid pro quo, and they're so manipulative towards Trump. They're so manipulative, and you can see Trump's ego just inflating, man. He's just inflating. You just know, this guy is gonna just start throwing billions more towards Israel every chance he gets now. I mean, it's so ridiculous. But that's the world that we live in, right? We got a little guy literally be investigated for war crimes here, Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump should also be investigated for war crimes here. Obviously, these are alleged, but let's be honest here. In 1944, Hitler also had some alleged war crimes because they weren't found guilty yet. But we all know that they did them, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You're gonna say that I'm wrong? I mean, this dude, these people have active wars everywhere. I mean, Lebanon, Yemen, we got Palestine, we got Syria, we're bombing Iran, we're bombing Venezuela. This is literal insanity. This is I feel like we live in an Onion article these days. It's but if you say that, then somehow you're in the wrong. This is insane, right? The elite have shifted this narrative so badly now that we can literally have a sitting U.S. president meet with somebody like this, right? Somebody who will say that we need a ceasefire, and then they will have people go into a food line and then gun them down with AK-47s and kill women and children and men and everybody. This is insanity. But if you say that, then you're the one who's wrong, right? You're the one who is wrong, not the people actively committing these atrocities. I don't know. I don't necessarily like these people. And I want to go out there and say it. I don't like Trump. I don't like Netanyahu, right? And I don't think that they necessarily have the right to lead our country, because I think they forfeited that when they were committing these crimes, right? And that's just nothing compared to the other crimes. I mean, for God's sake, Benjamin Netanyahu is literally being investigated for corruption in his country. He's begging for a pardon, trying to get Trump to get this pardon here because he's so corrupt. Then in our country here in the United States, Trump's. Oh my God. I mean, this dude could be multiply convicted of a million different things. First of all, we have the covering up of the Epstein files. That's bad fucking enough. So just class that to the side really quick. But in addition to that, we also have things like the crazy market manipulation with the tariffs. Nuts that he hasn't been convicted of that. I mean, I think there's so much evidence of insider trading, market manipulation. It's not even funny. But hey, look, these are just allegations. And then we have, in addition to that, this dude has started the no new wars president, right? The no new wars president. This dude, I saw him the other day, and he's like, man, of course we gotta attack Venezuela. He's like, they took our oil, and it's literally oil from Venezuela. It's literally Venezuelan oil. It's not our oil. They didn't steal anything. Dude's just attacking just to attack. You know why? Probably because he knows that that's what his donors want. He knows that's going to enrich some people. He probably has his hand in the pot somehow. It's just bad. It's just bad all around. And so, bad. And attacks on free speech, attacking the journalist. The whole ICE thing has been insane, to say the least. And I didn't even really know the extent of the whole ICE thing, right? Because at first I was very I guess I would say I was in the dark of it. I kind of knew, people say rumors oh yeah, ICE coming around, this and that, just arresting people, American citizens, this and that. And I was yeah, I don't know, I'm not seeing it. But then I went down the rabbit hole one day for a few hours, and I was just it was clip after clip of people who were in full balaclavas, right? Full black, unmarked vehicles, and they would just randomly pull over and just grab you and throw you in a van. Hello? That is literally insane. Yeah, that is actually insane. Yo, you try that, I think, to anybody who has a concealed carry license, and it's like, bro, and you're forfeiting your life if you try that. And that's literally insane. You can't do that, right? But that's what they're doing, right? That's what they're doing. And then, if we say that, hey, look, that's probably not a good thing, right? Like, even if we could say, all right, like maybe they got to go through the right process for, immigration, all that, right? But I don't necessarily think they should be, throwing people into unmarked vehicles while they're wearing full balaclavas and putting guns in their faces. Like, but if we say that, then somehow we're in the wrong, right? Again, it makes no sense. And so, anyways, I'm going to show you guys this clip here. I'm ranting too much. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. This is just 5 minutes. We're just getting me heated up already. And so, with that said, let's play a little clip here, and then I'll show you another clip too, which I found today, which was just mind-blowing, with Netanyahu in it. And this is from like a year ago too, but anyways, this one is from like today, but the other one's from like a year ago. So let's play it out.
And to Israel, it's been my honor. And the award that I was given was really surprising and very much appreciated.
Well, President Trump has broken so many conventions to the surprise of people, and then they figure out, oh, well, maybe, he was right after all. So we decided to break a convention too, or create a new one, and that is to award the Israel Prize, which in almost our 80 years, we've never awarded it to a non-Israeli, and we're going to award it this year to President Trump. This was announced formally over lunch.
So shout out to Aaron Rupar and Really American here for this clip on Twitter or X. But god damn, guys, we are so cooked, man. We're so cooked. I mean, literally, like they say, this should be so humiliating to the United States, but yet it feels like nobody cares. And like, you'll see it on Twitter for like a day. It's like, but this is just so bad, bro. Dude, like he literally has put Israel first so many times. In comparison to America, and like that's obviously where a lot of his big donors come from. I mean, am I wrong? But you're gonna sit here and say that I'm wrong, right? Well, AIPAC doesn't have that big of an influence. Hello. Why in the New York City mayoral race were they all like, yeah, man, I think I'd like to go visit the Holy Land, and then Mamdani, who won by the way, and the only reason he won was because of this question, was like, yeah, I think I'd like to stay in the boroughs here and actually help the New Yorkers. Like, I don't necessarily think I want to go to Israel. And they were like, oh my God, he doesn't want to go to Israel? He's such a sellout. You don't think Israel has a right to exist as a Jewish state? And he's like, and then Mamdani's like, well, as a Jewish state, he's like, we have the First Amendment in this country, freedom of religion. I don't necessarily think that they have the right to exist as a Jewish state. He's like, maybe as a state. And then they were like, oh my God, this dude's he's insane. The radical left-wing neo-Marxist communist socialist. They just throw everything at you. I mean, it was ridiculous, man. I was like, bro, like we are literally so cooked as a country. We're so cooked. But man, I don't know. We're doing the best that we can here. On the front, on the wave of those preaching against all this corruption. So bad, dude. It's so bad. And like, like one of Trump's biggest donors, what's her name? Like, Adelson or whoever, right? Like one of her like self-expressed goals, to my knowledge, is that, and again, I could be wrong on this one, but I've seen this from Kyle Kalinske, was that they want to literally annex, Palestine, just for all of Israel. Right? And Trump has expressed that same sentiment when he first took office. And I was like, there ain't no way. But then again, it aligns with a lot of his foreign policy, right? And things that he's done throughout the years. So, I mean, you can't sit here and say that this is something that, is completely out of the realm of possibility, right? You just can't say that. But either way, really, really bad stuff. And so with that said, I found another crazy clip from last year. I didn't even know this existed, but this is really bad too. So this is a clip I see here from the Renaissance, the Resonance, and Bay Guevara, and it says here, watching the U.S. Congress clapping for the genocide is one of the worst things I've seen in my life. And it's literally, apparently, he was invited here last year, and like I didn't even see this, and I was in my own little world for a while when I was getting my doctorate, and so like I was just like reading books and like reading articles, maybe not as many books, even really just a lot of articles, right? Because you don't even have time to do pretty much anything else, just writing away. And so I was like, so I had the loop here on a lot of these current events. But what I will say is, you see this guy right here, man, bro, dude, This guy gets a standing ovation from Congress. And notice how it's not just one side. They're like all standing up and they're applauding this dude. This is a literal war criminal. This is a genocidal maniac, by the way. Right? They're just like applauding this. Okay. But this is actually like this is something you would see in like an Onion video. Yeah, I'm sure you can point out like, 15, 10 people who aren't clapping. Like out of that massive room here. But like, this is like an Onion article. This is like an Onion video. Like you can't tell the difference. This is actually crazy, dude. This is crazy. And in 2025, you'd think that we would have wised up by now, and we would have tried to do something here, right? When the government is not doing what it needs to do to uphold the values of the people and keep the people's prosperity and peace in line, we need to start looking at these politicians and saying, look, man, like you need to get the hell out. Like we need to vote you out. Like that's what we need to do, right? We got to go to the polls, get these people out. But for some reason, people keep getting brainwashed by all the propaganda. This is how we get the orange man in office. No sense, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I just do the best that I can, try to preach a little bit. But if you guys did enjoy the video here, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button here. Try to get us to 400 subscribers. We're so close. It's so close. So soon. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Ian Phillips, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.